Fayette, not a super big team. They do have size looking at their team on the sideline as well. They look more lean.
They have numbers by far.
They do have the depth over the Wolverines.
Looks like Dade County going to go straight run with Wynn Garman to the right side, and he's going to be hit hard by the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 4th down and looks like 15 for the Wolverines with 11:32 left to go in the first quarter. The offense just not putting it together right there at all, not connecting on multiple chances right there for the Wolverines. And again, this is something we saw last week. Wynn Garmany staying out there, going to do a little quick punt from the quarterback. Don't know what has sparked that, but it's going to be a low kick down to the 30-yard line where the running back, Bryson Cleghorn, is going to take it and run it all the way up to the 40. Looks like they're going to get him out at about the 48-yard line where Lafayette's going to take over 1st down and 10. We're going to send you guys to a 30-second break.
It's Wolverine football here on KWIN.
And we're back as Lafayette does a little toss sweep to the right side, trying to get Cleghorn to the outside, and the Wolverines wrap it up pretty quickly. Going to be a minimal gain, about 3 yards on the play.
That was a good defensive rally by the Wolverines. Like we said, we're going to see a lot of that kind of sweep, toss action from the Ramblers. And the Wolverines last week and the week before getting reached a lot on that defensive line, so it looks like they worked on a little bit during practice this week, and that's a good sign.
And that's actually something the Wolverines are going to have to do. They're going to have to keep Cleghorn contained. He is the speed guy. If you give him space, he's going to take it the distance. Number 27, Tuscan Walden, is actually their power back, and he's in the backfield right now. But they're actually going to give it to the receiver, number 5, Javian Williams, and he's going to get out to about the 46-yard line before the Wolverines bring him down. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 3, maybe 4 for the Ramblers. Good stop right there by the Wolverines.
Jet Shaver's way off sides there before. luckily the Ramblers haven't broken the huddle yet, but Jet Shaver's way past the ball.
I think the Wolverines have went to a 4-3 defense.
I do see 4 down linemen.
Yes, and that is a vast improvement from what they've been doing at the beginning of this season. The Wolverines looking to stop this run tonight. Going to send a man in motion, going to hand it off to the middle, and it is going to be met by a host of Wolverines. Number 27, Tuscan Walden, just eaten alive by the entire Wolverine defensive front.
We're not here for the Ramblers, but I don't like that play call.
I completely agree, but at the same time, that is their power. That's their power back, and that was just a great defensive stop right there for the Wolverines.
And that
to bring up this 4th down and 3.
And that has been the best push from this Wolverine D line that we have seen
all season.
Year.
Yeah, all season, and it's a completely different setup so far, as the Wolverines are in a 4-3 defense or 4-2-5 defense, which is something that I suggested they go to early in the season when they were struggling to stop the run, and it so far has paid off for them tonight. Going to be a designed run by the punter, which is actually the wide receiver, Javian Williams, and I don't think he got it. I think he's short. He is. Wolverines get the 4th down stop.
And
that's going to be a turnover on downs. A designed fake punt by the Ramblers is going to result in a Dade County 1st down.
I was about to say,
they get the turnover.
As the referee was signaling 1st down, but he never pointed to which way, so I was like, surely not. But what a great stop, a great heads-up play. You don't see the containment. You don't see the fake punt often, maybe in short down and distance, and maybe at midfield when you're probably on like your 30 and you're at the 50.
This is very early in the game for the Ramblers to do that. I guess they trust their defense right now, just with the Wolverines not connecting. Wynn going to throw a quick pass out to H. Garmany. He's got some room, going to get upfield and get close to a 1st down. It's going to depend on the spot, but he may have got that first down with a good quick pass from Win Garmany to his brother H.
And they're signaling second and short.
Okay, the spot.
There they go.
Okay, yeah. There it is. There's that first down as Win Garmany connects with H to get the Dade County's first down of the night with 8:29 left to go in the first quarter. Our score is still 0-0. As Win in shotgun, going to take the snap. Fake the handoff, throw it out to Nate Hurst, but there is a false start most likely down here. No, offsides. Offsides on the Ramblers. Looked like somebody may have been lined up in the neutral zone.
You got to watch any part of the body that may be across that ball.
That's going to be a free 5 yards for the Dade County Wolverines.
You were a lineman. What's a good, you usually want to be head up and even with the other lineman. What's a good way to make sure you stay on the other side of the ball?
They're saying that was on the Wolverines.
So he signaled offsides, but they meant false start.
Yeah, they signaled encroachment, but the referee calls it on the Wolverines. I'm assuming that was a false start by the Wolverines.
Maybe just gave the wrong signal. The play got blown dead pretty quick. If it were offsides, I think the play would have probably continued. It would have been a free play.
It really just depends. If the defender it jumps far enough, they will call the play dead. But that just depends. As Win in shotgun now with the Dade County with the 1st and 15. Blitz coming, low snap. Win picks it up, and he's going to take the sack. Bad decision right there by Win Garmany. Needed to get rid of that ball. Unfortunately, he's going to eat it for a big loss on the play all the way back to the 40-yard line. It's first and Sand Mountain for the Wolverine, or second and Sand Mountain for the Wolverines tonight.
A lot of alliteration there.
Yeah, sorry. As they're looking at a 2nd and 3?
Second, the false start was 15, so you're talking about a
5. False start was 5. Would have been
5. Yeah, it was 2nd 24, so I was.
Yeah,
you knew where I was trying. You knew where I was trying to get.
I got you. 2nd and 24 for the Wolverines as they take a timeout. We're going to send you guys to a 30-second break.
It's Wolverine football here on KWM.
And we're back as the Dade County Wolverines get ready for this 2nd down and 24. Probably going to see Win uncork one right here as he's got 2 wide to both sides. Going to roll to his left, going to throw it quickly out to H. Garmany. H is going to get tackled out at about the 46, maybe 47-yard line. Going to be a modest gain right there for H.
Little flood concept to the left there, and I do like it how Win Garmany was able to make that accurate throw rolling to the weak side. One of those plays that you set up to just to see what you can get, see if you can set up a better down and distance. So now you're facing 3rd and 16, so you're no better than where you were just a minute ago.
Twins out wide on both sides. Win going to roll to his right. This time throw it deep. He's got Cash Christensen with the catch all the way out to the 40-yard line. Going to bring up a 4th down and 4 for the Wolverines after that big pass play. Good catch right there by Cash Christensen.
It is 4 down territory, so the Wolverines may go for it or do that quick punt, try to set the Ramblers up deep in their own territory.
Right now, you can't say that the Wolverines won't go for this. This is 4 down territory, being in right at the 40-yard line. Could possibly try to get them to draw off sides right here. Don't get the jump. Looking to the sideline for the call. Do they want to go for it?
I really wish
we have 6:21 left to go in the first quarter. The score tied 0-0.
I really wish we
Dade County probably going to have to burn a timeout if they don't call a play real quick. They do. Going to hand it to the up back. Number 2 for the Wolverines, I do believe that's Cannon Womack.
They're saying
he's going to get
down,
he got it. First down, Dade County.
What a good
read
push
option
by the
right
O-line.
there by Dade County to hand that ball right up the gut to Caden Womack to get the first down.
What a good push by the O-line, too. Just all it needs is just a little push, and that extra little push can get you where you need to be.
Yeah, this is one of the smallest defensive fronts the Wolverines seen so far this season. Potential for some run game, and a quick pass out to Nate Hurst on the left side. He's going to cut up field.
He should have cut outside that block.
Yeah, definitely needed to bounce it a little bit further to the outside. Going to get about a 3 maybe 4 yard gain on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Wolverines.
Was a good rally by the Rambler defense there.
Yeah, as we have 5.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter, Dade County driving right now. Our score is still 0-0. If you're just now tuning in, trips to the right for the Wolverines. Going to hand it off to Cannon Womack, who's the up back. He's going to get to the 30-yard line, spin out of a tackle, and finally get rally tackled at the 30. Going to gain about another 3 yards for the Wolverines. Going to set up a 3rd down and 4. As we tick down inside 4 minutes in the first quarter. I like the play call right now for the Wolverines.
Yeah, it's been a little bit more balanced here on this drive, and I love that. And I'm all for having a balanced attack. And if something starts working better than the other, then lean towards it, but still mix in and try to keep some balance.
Wolverines go tight. Could be a run right up the middle, and that's exactly what they do. Cannon breaks a couple tackles, and he's got the first down. That's another first down for Cannon. So far, being the feature back right tonight for the Wolverines.
You'll see a couple of backs for the Wolverines. I mean, we saw Connor Sharp in there the first drive. Last week, you had H. Garmany back there. The first week, I don't remember who started the first week.
I do believe it was Colton Chase, actually, who's actually injured right now for the Wolverines. Which is probably why we've seen a lot of kind of a rotating backfield for the Wolverines. But right now, Cannon Womack doing a really good job out there.
If the Wolverines had someone to flank that safety over there, it'd be a good.
Going to fake the handoff. Wynn's going to take it himself. Going to break the first tackle and get brought down after about a yard gain on the play. Wynn holding on to that ball awful long with that read option right there. Did not know if he was going to give it to Cannon or take it himself, and he finally decided to take it. A little late though; it was almost out.
Yeah, you have to be able to make the read quick. Sometimes you can write it out just a little bit to make that lineman bite, but you have to be able to read it quick and make a decision.
I do believe he did make the right decision right there, as Cannon was swamped as soon as he got to the outside.
Pull it quicker though.
Yeah, definitely got to pull it quicker and make that decision a little bit faster. This time he is going to hand it to Cannon, going to his left. He's going to dance around, and he's going to get all the way down to the 21-yard line before they bring him down. Going to bring up a 3rd down and I think 6 for the Wolverines, as they are inching ever so much closer to the red zone with 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Our score is still tied 0-0. Dade County moving from right to left here at Magic Morgan Stadium, trying to put this ball in the end zone.
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing the Wolverines throw it right here. I mean, Wynn Garmany went to the sideline.
He did go to the sideline, but you've got 2 downs to get this. It's going to be a quick pass out to H. Garmany out to the right side. He's going to break 1 tackle, 2 tackles. He's still going. Finally gets brought down as he crosses into the red zone all the way down to the 13-yard line. Good hard run right there after the catch by H. Garmany. Good job by Wynn putting that ball right where it needed to be, right in front of H on that little swing route.
Yeah, this is just a little bit of a bubble screen from the trip set, and H. Garmany is not going to go down easy. I mean, he's a big boy. He's a big guy. He's pushing 6'2", 6'3". He's not super buff, but he still can break some tackles.
Wynn rolling to his left, got a man coming in, gets free and throws a quick pass out to H, and he's going to be brought down at about the 7-yard line. Good job right there by Wynn to fight off the blitzing linebacker, shake him off, and then throw a good enough pass to his brother to give the Wolverines a 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, absolutely. And this has been the best drive all season so far for the Wolverines. They've been able to move it pretty well, and I love that. Yeah. I'm glad they're finding something that's working.
Doing a really good job executing right now. Going to hand it off to Cannon this time. He breaks to the inside, and he's going to be brought down from the low tackle. It's going to be close to a 1st down. They got it. 1st down, Dade County. It's 1st down and goal from, I do believe, the 3-yard line. Good job right there by Cannon to stick his foot in the dirt and cut back to the inside and found him some more running room.
Yeah, had that LaFayette defender not went low on Cannon, I think Cannon was taking that in for a touchdown.
Yeah, definitely good tackle right there by the Ramblers to save the touchdown, but good job by Cannon to find his way into the red zone, deep into the red zone. And I do believe another low snap, this time to the outside. Wynn going to take it himself, going to fight close to the original line of scrimmage. He may have gained a yard on the play. Wynn did take a shot right there as we have 1:20 left to go in the first quarter. Dade County trying to put this ball in the end zone. 2nd down and goal from the 2. Another bad snap by the Wolverines, something we haven't seen much of this season.
No, a lot of the snaps have been pretty good this year, but 2 of them today that have been low.
Low and away, too.
Yeah, low, yeah.
As Wynn in shotgun, Cannon to his left, going to send Cash in motion. He's going to get the wide receiver sweep, jet sweep, and he is going to get in. Touchdown, Dade County. Cash Christensen with the jet sweep to the outside, and he makes his way into the end zone with 44 seconds left to go in the first. Dade County takes the lead 6-0.
One of the keys to the game that I put down today is I was really expecting the Wolverines to go to the wishbone, but possess the ball, really maintain, make sure you're calling plays that are going to be able to get you yardage, and that was a great drive of possessing the ball.
That was at least a 6-minute drive. The Dade County Wolverines possessed that ball at least 6 minutes. It may have been actually closer to 8.
And the kick was good.
Kick is up and good. That's going to bring our score 7-0 as Dade County takes the lead with 44 seconds left to go in the first. We're going to send you guys to a 30-second break.
It's Wolverine football here on KWIN.
And we're back as the Dade County Wolverines get ready to kick this ball off. If you're just joining us, we have 44 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Dade County just took the lead 7-0 after about an 8-minute drive by the Wolverine offense on their second offensive possession of the game.
Yeah, it was a very well-sustained drive from the Wolverines, and I love that they were able to do that. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and if you can possess the football in a game for 9/10 of the game, you put yourself in pretty good shape. Obviously, you have to score, but, you know, if the other team can't do nothing with it because you have it the whole time, what are you going to do?
Exactly. Like, controlling the clock is a huge benefit for an offense, and a good pooch kick right there by Carter Bradley going to bounce all the way down to the 20-yard line, and the Wolverines going to have good defense right there to get him out just after about a 5-yard return.
A little bit of a slow reaction there from the Rambler special teams there. I guess they weren't expecting it. Carter Bradley has been kicking it deep the first 2 games.
Number 47 for the Ramblers just absolutely did not want to touch that ball as he was one of the up men, not a normal returner for them. I do believe he's one of their defensive guys. So he just definitely not wanting to touch it on the return game, and the Wolverines kickoff team with great coverage to get that ball stopped pretty quickly. Actually, I don't even see him on the roster. As the Ramblers set up for their second offensive possession, going to try to hand it off to Williams out to the left side. He's going to cut back inside. He's going to get a first down. Javen Williams has the speed for the Ramblers. It is obvious they want to put that ball in his hand as much as they can get it.
Yeah, that's why he's got over 150 yards on the season already now. Because he's the bigger run, he's the bigger back. He's probably a little quicker, and that's why LaFayette has over 400 yards on the ground this year.
LaFayette running the I formation, man, just something you don't see very much anymore. Has an actual fullback too, and this time, oh my goodness, Cleghorn going to be wrapped up by the Dade County Wolverine defensive front. Evan Avens actually coming from his linebacker position to stop him dead in his tracks.
Well, like a Roman Reigns-esque spear right there. A Goldberg-esque spear.
I think it was just a one-arm drag down as we end the first quarter. Dade County leading 7-0. We're going to send you guys to a 60-second break.
Wolverine football here on K-Win.
Every single day. Every single day. Every single day. Every single day. No matter what.
And we're back as the Dade County Wolverines on defense with this 2nd down and 10 for the Ramblers after that great tackle by Evan Avens on the running back. This time fullback going to get it. The Wolverines had a chance for him in the backfield, unfortunately missing.
And that's a hurt player.
And he's going to get a good gain on the play. Yeah, we've got number 52. I think that's Jax McMahon. He's down holding his knee. It looks like he may have gotten cut.
He did. He did get cut. And that's exactly what it was. It's Jax McMahon. Listed at the defensive tackle position this week. He was playing defensive end last week.
I think he still is playing defensive end. They may just have him listed wrong. He is in a lot of pain, as we can see him down on the field right now. And as they attend to him, we're going to send you guys to a 30-second break and hope and pray that he's okay.
Wolverine football here on KWN.
And we're back as they do get Jax up, but he is literally being carried off by Coach Poston and the trainer. Definitely not putting any weight on his right leg.
I think it's his knee. That's what he instantly grabbed after he went down. So hopefully nothing too serious, but with a reaction like that, obviously you're in shock and you're in a lot of pain, but just hope it's really nothing too serious.
Yeah, maybe just a bad shot to the knee, maybe just numbed all the way down, hopefully not a break or anything like that. Young player with a lot of potential as the Dade County sets up for a 3rd down and 10 against the Ramblers offense. Going to try to get it to the outside with Javen Williams, and he's got some room. One man to beat, but there's a flag. That's going to be a block in the back or a hold for sure, as that's going to negate this 1st down for the Ramblers, as it would have been an easy 1st down for them before the penalty. And it is holding against the Ramblers. It's a spot foul, so it's going to come back from the 50, going to bring up a 3rd down, and I do believe 8 for the Ramblers.
So it would put them about at the original line of scrimmage.
About 2 yards in front of it, actually.
Yeah.
Right at the 40. Yeah, it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Ramblers after they lose that 1st down opportunity.
And that's a good thing for the Wolverines.
Yeah, it was, because that was a broken containment right there. They got pressed inside, and Javen Williams was able to get to the outside, which is where he is most dangerous. And if I'm Dade County, I am watching that far side of the field right now, because that is definitely where I believe LaFayette will go if they decide to run this ball. It's either going to be a run to the wide side of the field or it's going to be a pass, which we haven't seen them throw the ball yet, so I'm most likely going to say this is going to be a sweep. Yep, there it goes. There's the jet sweep, but there's a timeout by the Ramblers. The coach did not like what he was seeing, and the Wolverines was about to eat that play alive.
That was a very, very late timeout, or that the ref just had a late reaction to it.
Either that or the coach just got over there super late. But as we have 11 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in the second quarter, Dade County leading 7-0 over the Ramblers. The Ramblers with a 3rd down and 8 opportunity. We're going to stick right here with you as we look down on the on the training table. Jax McMahon still being attended to by the trainer, doing an ACL test right now.
Got Travis Scott playing on the PA.
Hoping that it's going to be okay for Jax McMahon down there on the bench. As I do believe number 50 comes in to take his spot. That's Wyatt Hurst for the Wolverines. Either 50 or 60, which is Trip Hill. Take over that defensive tackle position where Jax was playing. 3rd down and 8 for the Ramblers. Dade County looking to get a stop right here. Going to fake it and looking to throw. They've got a man deep.
That's underthrown.
Nate Hurst going out for it. And it's caught. Oh my goodness, what a catch.
That was even pass interference.
It was. What a catch by number 1 for the Ramblers. That's Porter Sentel with the catch.
He was a junior receiver last year.
Huge
for the Ramblers when they were running more of a spread. Difficult right
there.
Get your head around.
Yeah, bad decision by the Wolverine right there. Defense as they got lost looking into the backfield and gave up that big play. Handoff to Cleghorn. He's going to run to the right. Going to gain about 3 yards on the play before the Wolverines can take him down. Going to bring up, looks like 2nd down and 6, so it was 4. Wolverines trying to get a stop right here after giving up that big 3rd down opportunity.
Yeah, you gotta be aware of that deep pass, especially with a run-heavy team.
Something the Wolverines have struggled with in previous seasons, and a little bit this year. But actually, last week was a really good job. They did a really good job defensively in the secondary. Which they brought a few defenders different in for the secondary. Cash Christensen actually playing cornerback for the Wolverines, something he wasn't doing first couple games of the season.
No, not at all.
First game of the season. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Ramblers as the Wolverines get a pretty good push right there on the defensive front and get a stop. As the Ramblers just trying to pound their way as they're in the red zone after that big pass. Wolverines trying to get a stop right here. Got to be disciplined. Can't get reached on that outside. Got to keep containment. As the Ramblers may try to do this with their fullback on this play. That is nope, fake it to him. Quarterback going to take it himself. Going to break a tackle. And he's going to get the 1st down as he continues to fight and finally dragged out of bounds. Looks like at about the 8, maybe 9 yard line. With 9:12 left to go in the second quarter, Dade County leading 7-0 over the Ramblers, struggling to get a stop right here as they get for a 1st down and goal from the 9. The Wolverines got to be disciplined, can't fall for those missteps on from those offensive tackles.
Yeah, and H. Garmany coming in trying to make the tackle there, just missed him.
A second late.
H. Garman's the 2nd leading tackler on this football team right now.
Going to send Javian Williams out wide. Going to hand it right up the middle to Cleghorn, but he's going to be met by, I do believe that's Evan Avens again. Just absolutely eating Cleghorn alive, just giving him no room to get that space that he needs to take off.
I want to talk about the degree of difficulty that play was. When you send a man in motion, you fake the handoff and go trap underneath. That's not an easy play to read on the D-line, especially as a defense as a whole.
That's actually our linebacker. Yeah. Our linebacker, Evan Avens, read that perfectly and stopped it for a minimal gain.
And that's what I'm saying, though, is that D-line has to read their blocks, too, to give him the space to do that. So, job well done all around.
Absolutely. Going to send a man in motion again. This time going to fake it, looking to throw. Going to throw it into the end zone. There's 2 men there. And good defense by the Wolverines right there. I do believe that was Nate Hurst on the defense for the Wolverines over Jaden Williams, and causes him to drop the ball in the end zone. Going to bring up a 3rd down and goal for the Ramblers with 8 minutes left to go in the second.
Way to make up for that long pass given up. Defend a pass in the end zone, forcing it incomplete.
That's twice now that the Ramblers have tried to go to a pass, and the Wolverines did not get beat to the backside. So good job right there by the Wolverine defensive secondary, playing well right there. Now with a big 3rd down opportunity, if they can keep them in this kind of positions and force them to kick a field goal right here, that's exactly what the Wolverines need. As the Ramblers going as tight as they can, man, just everybody inside. Going to send Williams in motion. Going to hand it to the fullback. He's going to slip and fall. He's going to lose yards on the play. Going to bring them back almost to the original.
Home field grass, giving us the advantage.
Yeah, the grass monster right there taking down the fullback for the Ramblers. Going to bring up 4th down and 8.
12 players on the field that time for the Wolverines.
Yeah, absolutely.
The grass just getting the best of the LaFayette fullback. Sometimes you just don't have the footing to you.
Either way, I think the Wolverines actually had that pretty well wrapped up. There was a couple of defenders right in the face of that fullback as with 7.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. The Wolverines forced the Ramblers to a field goal attempt. As the Wolverines going to try and block this ball, I do believe H. Garmany done really well off the edge. Here he comes. The kick is low and away.
Still,
and they're going to say is good. That's going to bring our score 7-3 as the Ramblers get a field goal in the second half or second quarter. We're going to send you guys to a 30-second break.
It's Wolverine football here on KWIN.
Every single day.
And we're back. If you're just now tuning in, we have 7:14 left to go in the second quarter. Dade County leading 7-3 after the good job by the Dade County defense to bend but not break after the big busted coverage led to a huge first down for the Ramblers on a 3rd down and 8. Got them into the red zone against the Wolverines, and the Wolverines once they got down inside the 10-yard line, the Wolverines stepped up on defense and stopped the Ramblers to force them into a field goal.
And the Wolverines weren't playing bad defense on that drive. The long pass really setting them up, the Ramblers down there, but way to play that bend, don't break defense, forcing the incompletion in the end zone and then only holding the Ramblers to 3. So it was a great defensive standstill for the Wolverines.
Yeah, absolutely. Something we haven't seen much of this season. Very good job right there by the Wolverine defense to step up.
I just feel like an onside kick is.
It is, and that is exactly what they do. But that ball is going to go out of bounds, but is going to be touched by the Ramblers, and that's going to be a flag. No, the ball did go out of bounds. That's what it was. So that's going to give the Wolverines great field position. Again, the Ramblers just not really doing well on their kickoff so far. The first one was out of bounds on the deep kick, and the second one was an onside attempt that went almost immediately out of bounds.
I was about to say, he was taking his time. He's picking his target. It's like that scene out of The Water Boy where the kicker's like, who's my pick here? You know, he went for his pick, and
as the referee is trying to make a decision right now, not really sure what's going on.
I think that player went out of bounds, and when the player's out of bounds, you touch the ball.
Illegal touching.
The ball's out of bounds.
They may make them re-kick this ball. I'm not sure.
Waiting on a decision, but it looks like they're just going to spot it at the 40. They're coming over here to talk to Poston.
No, I think they may actually assess the penalty where the ball got touched. This may be extra yards for the Wolverines. They may get the ball inside. Nope, right just before it. The 48-yard line after the penalty is assessed. The Wolverines going to take over 1st down and 10 from the 48.
Well, I mean, good decision. It'll be unless you force a turnover and get better field position in enemy territory, but good starting field position for the Wolverines. It'll be the best field position they have for now.
After a kickoff.
Yeah, after a kickoff, absolutely. But the returns for the Wolverines haven't been too bad this year either, especially when they get kicked deep. Harley Russell had a couple good returns against Ringgold. So
actually, every returner, H. Carmody, Cash Christensen, Harley Russell, all of them have done really good returning, getting the Wolverines at least to the 20, if not to the 25, every single return. So something they've been pretty good at. As looks like we have a game clock malfunction. The referee is trying to get the time set correctly. We have looks like they're saying 6.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Dade County leading 7-3 over the Ramblers.
6.5 minutes. It's 6:31. So what are we?
Yeah, I think there was a issue with the clock. I don't think it ran on the last couple on the kickoff. So the refs having to get it reset.
There it is.
And it looks like we're back up and running as Wynn in shotgun. Going to send a man in motion. He's going to hand it to Harley Russell.
I have to blow the whistle again.
Looks like the Wolverines going to get called with a flag.
Still clock malfunction. It was still something with the clock. Poston wasn't happy.
Yeah, now the Wolverines going to have to change plays because just a blown whistle, a whistle blown by the ref to stop the play. Oh, I know what it was. They started the clock instead of waiting till the play because it was a dead ball.
Yeah.
So they started the clock early instead of just waiting till the play took off.
Which they said the clock was supposed to be set at about 6.5, so I don't know why you just didn't leave it at 6:31.
They did. They put it back at 6:31.
Well, they just put it back, but they made it seem like that's what it should have been set at the first time.
Well, no,
the play started.
The ref blew the whistle and started the clock instead of letting it wait until the play was called.
Referees, man.
I know, right? It's always something. Harley Russell in motion, going to fake it to him this time. Wynn going to throw, looking downfield, throws it to Cash, and it is high and just right through his fingertips. Cash Christensen going up to attempt the catch for the Wolverines. Had double coverage by the Ramblers.
Yes,
kind of a questionable decision for Wynn to throw that ball out there, but Cash went up and made a play on it, just unable to come down with it.
And that was designed. That was just to take the snap and throw it. So we had one of those last week. Wynn Garmy put it on the money for Cash Christensen. He just couldn't hold on to it.
Again, not a bad throw by Wynn. The ball was there. Cash just unable to come down with it. But I think with the mess up on the play call, Wynn going to throw it this time out to Harley Russell, and Harley's going to get about 8-9 yards before he's brought down. It's going to be he may have got the first. He did. First down, Dade County. Harley Russell with the catch and run. Good pass by Wynn Garmany again. Like I said, Wynn a really good quarterback for the Dade County Wolverines, not making a lot of bad throws, putting the ball on the money. Just the Wolverine wide receiver is unable to come down with it quite often this season.
The worst throw he's had was the pick that he threw, and it almost seemed like
that wasn't actually a bad throw by Wynn. That was actually just a great coverage by Tryon. They actually rolled a defender back underneath the play, and Wynn never saw him throw it right to him. This time going to be a designed run to H. Garmany and on the jet sweep, and it's going to go nowhere. He may have got back to the line of scrimmage.
And he started to slip there when he tried to turn up on that edge, and not a lot to give right there.
Actually, he lost a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Wolverines as we have 5.5 minutes left to go in the second. Dade County leading 7-3 over the Ramblers. Wynn in shotgun, headed toward Lookout Mountain here at Magic Morgan Stadium. Going to take the snap, going to roll to his left, looking downfield, going to throw it, and just off the hands.
That is a late hit.
Very late.
That is a late hit. That should be a flag. The ball's well out of play after that.
Very, very questionable again by the referee, just not making that call. But
a couple of
one of the worst passes we've seen Wynn throw, just a little ahead of H right there on the throw.
It hit him in the hands.
It did, but just a little bit to the outside. A little bit. I don't think he got both hands on that.
Your philosophy earlier today was
hands. I think that only hit one hand. As Dade County goes trips left, got Cash one-on-one down here on the bottom side of the field. Wynn's going to look downfield. He's looking to his left. Going to roll back to his right. Looking for Cash. Going to throw it downfield and just overthrows his receiver. But it is pass interference. That's what I thought. Cash unable to go up for that ball because he had a defender draped all over him.
That's a good throw. It's not easy throwing a ball on the run, especially on a go route.
Good job by Wynn Garmany to get out of the pressure. A lot of time back there. He should have stepped up in the pocket, but he just kept backtracking. But good job by him to scramble out and to get out of danger and put that ball in a position for his wide receiver to make a play. Just a little bit overthrown, unfortunately, but good job making it competitive and getting that personal foul, giving Dade County a first down and 10 at the 30 or the 28-yard line. We ain't gonna fake the handoff, throw a quick swing right out to H. H's gonna cut back to the inside. He's gonna gain about 8 yards on the play before they bring him down. Dade County just looking like they really love using those swing and screen routes. Not wanting to throw the ball downfield as much as they did, as they've done all season, but it's working for them tonight. Using a lot of little corner routes by the wide receivers and stacking it very well and making these defenders have to work for it.
Another trips right set here.
Yeah, this time going to fake the handoff to Hannon, throw it out to Harley, and he's going to drop it for the incompletion. Definitely an incomplete pass. Don't know why they thought that was a backward pass.
It was supposed to be a little bit of an RPO action there with the bubble screen there on the right side.
But a high snap causing a little bit of mistimed execution right there for the Wolverines. Another issue with the snap right there tonight. Maybe a little bit of moisture on the ball or something?
Maybe. I mean, Rusty Hartline, unless we have a new center, but it looks like Rusty Hartline's the main center. He's been snapping the ball pretty well during the 2 games that we've seen him start at the center position.
This time, Wolverine sending H in motion, going to hand it off to Cannon Womack to the left, and he's going to be met immediately by the Rambler defense. Going to lose about 3 yards on the play. Going to bring up 4th down and 6 for the Wolverines after that big loss on the play. Did not really like that execution right there by the Wolverine offensive line.
Yeah, not at all. Also didn't really like that play call there either.
Going to set up a 4th down and 6 for the Wolverines. They are in 4-down territory as they are setting just at the 24-yard line. Probably see another one of those corner routes as the Wolverines go 2-by-2.
I think he threw it up to Cash Christensen. One high safety with
Harley Russell to the right. That's exactly, nope, he's going for Cash, and defender all over it. Come on.
He pushed Cash. I don't know.
Had his hands all over Cash, and that's going to turn the ball over as the 4th down is not failed by the Wolverines. We're going to send you guys to a 30-second break.
It's Wolverine football here on KWIN. The defender right there.
As we come back, the Ramblers try to sweep it with Jaden Williams, with the Wolverines. Great execution right there on the defensive front, getting for only a yard gain on the play. Good job by the Wolverines. Actually, I don't think that was Williams. I think that was Cleghorn, actually. On the run, the Wolverines doing a great job keeping him contained tonight, something that was on the stat sheet for the Ramblers. If Cleghorn gets some space, he's got a lot of speed. So the Wolverines doing a good job so far tonight, keeping him contained. As we have 2 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in the second. Dade County leading 7-3. Going to send a man in motion, going to hand it to the up back, and he's going to be brought down. Another short gain on the play. Going to bring up 3rd down and 6, I do believe. No, 3rd and 5 for the Ramblers, as we have 2.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Again, Dade County leading 7-3. Got to have a big stop right here if you're the defense. got to be smart on that back end. Cannot let people get by you.
Also got to watch the ball right here on this 3rd and medium. It's always a good opportunity to try to draw you off sides. Wolverine's past few years have been really, really disciplined on that.
Going to do a sweep to the right side, trying to get some room, but tackled quickly. I do believe the Wolverines got him short. Going to depend on the spot.
I think they're going to
give it to him.
No, they're not. Yeah, they are. They did. Okay.
Yeah, don't even measure it. They're going to give it to him straight up.
That may have been worth the measurement. That's just my opinion. It looked like he was short.
It did, but unfortunately, the Wolverines don't get the stop. It's going to be 1:50 left to go in the half.
I'm not a referee.
Dade County leading 7-3. Ramblers with a 1st down and 10 at the 34-yard line. Trying to get some momentum. The Wolverines got to be disciplined right here. Can't lose containment. Ramblers going to look to throw. Going to throw it deep. Nate Hurst on a bead for it. And oh my goodness, drops it. Nate Hurst had it hit him in the hands and unable to come down with it. Great job by Nate Hurst to track that ball.
I'll tell you something. If that receiver's not there, that is a pick.
100%. Either that or Nate just dropped it. One of the two.
No. To be fair to Nate, the receiver was there. He did get his hand in there. He got his hand in there. I still watched the same play that you did, Wally Gresham.
Either way, that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Ramblers. Dade County trying to get a stop right here. Almost had the turnover. Ramblers not throwing the ball very much. 2-man in motion. That should be a false start, but did not call it. The Ramblers going to try a sweep to the right side, and it's going to be dragged down. Evan Avens from his linebacker position just flying all over the field for the Wolverines. Going to get a short gain on the play. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Ramblers with 1:15 left to go in the half. Dade County leads 7-3.
Yeah, good 2nd down stop. You get 2 good defensive stops right there. The incompletion and short 3-yard gain.
Got to keep everything in front of you right here if you're the Wolverine defense. Cannot let somebody get behind you. The Ramblers going in tight, trying to make the Wolverines struggle. Going to be a pass, looking downfield.
Try to go a
quarterback going to run it on his own, and he's got so much room.
That's a hold. That's
terrible.
3 holds. 3 holding penalties on one guy that were not called right there.
Cash Christensen had his jersey almost ripped off, and the ref just looking at him like, what are you talking about?
There's another Wolverine defender over there, too, that had his jersey being tugged on.
Breakdown by the Wolverine defense right there. Good coverage downfield, but just gave up so much room to the quarterback. Nobody spying the quarterback, and he runs it on his own and gets a huge gain all the way out to the 38-yard line as the Ramblers take over there. 1st down and 10 inside Wolverine territory. Going to hand it to Jaden Williams, trying to get to the outside. He's going to try and bounce it even further, but the Wolverines are right there rallying and making multiple people hitting him, but finally getting him pushed down as they get him inbounds too. I think he made it back to the line of scrimmage, but great job by the Wolverines to string that ball out as far as they could. Looks like the Ramblers going to take a timeout with 30 seconds left to go in the half. We're going to send you guys to a 30-second break.
It's Wolverine football here on KWIN.
And we're back. So the Dade County Wolverines get J.B. Williams down for a no gain on the play.
I just also wanted to point out, Wally pointed this out before we came back, that this is the most fit referee crew that we have seen in some odd years now. 3 years of doing this.
It looks like the Ramblers trying to spread the Wolverines out. Got 2 wide down here on the left side of the field. Quarterback dropping back to throw, looking downfield, going to throw it. Got a man open. Good catch as he steps out of bounds. That's number 1, Porter, again with the reception. Getting the Ramblers even closer as he gets down to the 21-yard line. The Wolverines just not able to get any kind of pressure on the quarterback and him just having all day back there to throw.
Got to find a way to contain this passing game here from the Ramblers. They have been running the ball not great. A couple plays here and there where they get some decent yardage off of it, but the passing is...
Looks like the Wolverines going to take a timeout. Coach Poston wants to talk to his defense, not liking the way that they're giving up these passes downfield. And as he goes to talk to the defense, we're going to send you guys to a 30-second break.
Wolverine football here on KWN.
And we're back as the Wolverines backs against the wall right here. The Ramblers with a first down and 10 from the 21-yard line. 21 seconds left to go in the half. Dade County trying to get out of this half without giving up a touchdown. Williams goes in motion. Rambler's going to roll to their left, looking downfield. He's going to throw it deep.
Oh,
and I do believe it's caught. It is caught. Wow. What a catch by Porter. Just goes up high, points the ball over several Wolverines for the touchdown. Good defense right there by the Wolverines. Just a great play by the wide receiver to go up and get that ball.
That was just an absolutely amazing catch right there by Porter Centel. And wow. You would think that one of the Wolverines, with that how long that ball floated, would have been able to try to grab
the kick
that.
Is up, and the kick is good, and that's going to bring our score 10-7 as the Wolverines trail now with 11 seconds left to go in the half. That is very unfortunate for the Wolverine defense. Has done a really good job so far to not stopping the run, which is a key component of this Ramblers offense. But the passing game just giving Dade County all kinds of trouble right now.
Yeah, and you're talking 2-minute drill right there, so it's harder to prepare for all the possible pass plays with a run-heavy team like that. But you still got to be ready. You know, typically when you pass the ball, you're trying to move the ball down the field quicker. And that was just a good drive from the Ramblers. The Wolverine defense had their chances to shut them down, but just couldn't haul it in.
It all boils down to the fact that Nate Hurst had an opportunity for the interception, and that ball just come right out of his hands. Contested by a wide receiver, but I do believe he had a chance to make that interception.
I definitely think he could have held on.
Yeah, absolutely. But either way, the Wolverines, 11 seconds left to go. Good return right here. Maybe could be the change. Got some great returners back there for the Wolverines. Cash Christensen, H. Garmany, Harley Russell. Now, granted, the Ramblers haven't really done a good job kicking so far, so Wolverines got to be ready for that onside kick at all times.
Maybe you let that.
Is he going to boot it deep? Cash going to let it go over his head. It's going to take a Wolverine bounce as it goes into the end zone. I don't know if the Wolverines are going to try anything right here or just send it into halftime. Because they're giving the ball back to the Ramblers at half. You might as well do something.
Yeah, and, 11 seconds ain't a lot of time to work with, so you're going to have to find 11 seconds. The average football play is about 4 to 6 seconds long. You find something. You need like two and a half, 3 plays to get you downfield.
At least 2. You got to have 2 deep passes to the sideline. Get out of bounds. You do have 1 timeout left, so you can use the middle of the field. And if you can get close to the 50, that's your chance. But Wayne Garmany under center, I do believe he's just going to take a knee.
Timeout from the Ramblers.
Yeah, timeout Ramblers. Very interesting. I guess they just didn't like they wanted to see what the Wolverines were set up in and wanted to make a defense according to.
That's one of those, I haven't seen that yet before, so we need to make sure we're ready for that. But I do think the Wolverines were probably just going to run that ball, possibly. You never want to risk anything in your own territory that deep. typically you don't want to. Bad things happen. The fumbles. We've seen a couple snaps be not great tonight. So I think the Wolverines may have, if anything, flea flicker.
I would never do it.
We would never do that.
I would love to see it. Me personally, I'm an aggressive play caller.
I'm all for the trick play.
No, I'm an aggressive play caller. Right? If it's me, I'm chunking this ball as far as Wayne can throw it. I'm giving all wide receivers a chance to run into that ball and take off.
I'll say about 50.
That's me though. I'd play action this and just let Wynn sling it, but he's not. They're going to take a knee and send this into halftime. And as we go to halftime, we're going to send you guys to a 2-minute break. Score 10-7 as the Wolverines trail going into half.
It's Wolverine football here on K-Win.
And we're back for our halftime segment as Dade County trails 10-7 to the LaFayette Ramblers here at Magic Morgan Stadium. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the scores going on around the league.
We got 20 minutes though. We got 20 minutes at halftime. We can give you any kind of scores you want. We really can. We can give you high school scores. We can give you college scores. We got a lot of time on our hands here today.
Either way, first thing we're going to talk about is some high school scores. The game of the week, actually, which is actually being televised too, is Ringgold versus Heritage, and Ringgold is actually winning right now 6-3 at halftime over Heritage, and they are at Heritage too.
It's a tough place to play.
Josie and Gordon Central doesn't even show a kickoff score yet. Tryon is getting beat 20-6 by Temple.
Wow.
Christian Heritage and Pepperell going at it, score 7-6 in the second quarter. Coosa and Model going at it. Coosa actually with the lead right now, 16-13 over Model.
Oh wow.
Fannin County and Union County not showing any score update for them, and North Sand Mountain and Ider also not showing a score update for them. But I don't think that game's actually kicked off yet.
It's about 8:30, so they should have by now.
No, they don't kick off till 8.
Well, it's 8 right now.
Not for them.
That's a late game to play.
They don't kick off till 8 o'clock.
Typically Eastern.
Yeah.
It's 8 o'clock Eastern.
Who knows? Either way, those are the scores around the league. Dade County trailing 10-7 to the Ramblers after a late touchdown by the Ramblers on just a great opportunity for a wide receiver to go up and make a catch in the end zone. Good defense by the Dade County Wolverines, just unable to come get that pass broken away. Probably just trying to make the interception rather than knock the ball away.
Yeah, the better option there. I understand wanting to make a play, but sometimes the best play is to
live another down.
Yeah, and Wolverines. Now, granted, was it a great play by Porter Centel? Absolutely. I'm not going to take anything. That is a great catch to make with 3 defenders around you, especially with a ball that seemed like it was floating in the air for ages. I mean,
it took forever for
not gonna take anything away from him. It was a good heads up play from him to be able to go up there and grab it. But 3 Wolverines around, you have to be able to try to knock that down. And we'll the LaFayette Rambler band coming out on the field, getting ready to play their set. We're gonna take a 2-minute break. We'll come back. We'll give you some college football scores. We'll talk a little more, and we just have all the information you need right here. It's Wolverine football here on KWIN.
And we're back as we are being serenaded by the LaFayette marching band.
I will always claim this. I think we have one of the nicest press boxes in the region. I really wish our windows opened, though. I would love to hear it. I can hear it a little bit, but not a lot. Tonight's broadcast is made possible by several local sponsors. A special thank you to Northeast Alabama Community College, Clouds Auto, Comfort Gallery Farm Bureau, Moore Funeral Home, Citizens Bank, TVN, and State Representative Mike Cameron. Thanks for making Dade County football possible here on KWIN. You got college football scores pulled up, right?
I do actually have some college football scores
College
that
football.
are going on around the league right now. The most notable, of course, is the Georgia Tech-Colorado game. Colorado up 7-0 over Georgia Tech. As there are about 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Auburn and Baylor going at it as well. Auburn trailing 3-0 to Baylor. Those are really the only ones that I care about. But I mean, if you want to read some more, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, no, I really don't care about any of them.
Absolutely.
I'm a Bama fan. I really don't care if Auburn gets beat or not.
Of course.
Nobody likes Auburn. Who likes Auburn? That's lame.
I'm sure somebody out there does, but it's not one of us. Either way, we're here at Magic Morgan Stadium, just trying to get this Dade County defense to settle down out there, like having such great job, doing such great job against this very talented run game.
Yeah, they played
the Ramblers played it very well, not giving up maybe one, maybe 2 big runs so far in the first half, and one of them was actually called back because of a holding. So technically, really only giving up 1 big run.
And the big run was a first down.
Yeah, and that's it. Other than that, the defense doing a really good job. Looks like the Wolverines actually decided to go to a 4-3 or 4-2-5 rather than stick with that 3-3 or 3-4 that they started the season with, which I think was a great option to change. Wolverines struggling super bad to defend the run the first 2 games of the season, so love to see the change by the Wolverine defensive coordinator to actually make that change and help his defense out to get that run stopped. Now they've just got to do a lot better job on the secondary. Opportunity to get an interception dropped. Played really well, actually, defensively against the pass. Just a couple things they got to work on, like the touchdown. The ball should have been knocked away, not tried to go up for the interception. The completion that got him down inside the red zone, or right outside the red zone, to Porter was just the quarterback had so much time that he could have sat back there all night and found any receiver he wanted to. And you can't leave your cornerbacks on islands like that for that long. You've got to have pressure up front. You've got to make that quarterback move and get uncomfortable back there, and not just be able to sit back in the pocket and read any defense that he wants all night long. So that's something the Wolverines are going to have to work on in this second half if they're going to come out victorious at the end of this game. But we're going to send you guys to a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about what the offense needs to do to succeed for the second half for this Wolverine offense.
Leave it to me. I got all the answers. Wolverine football here on K-Win. And we're back for our halftime segment. Grant is going to talk a little bit about what the Dade County offense needs to do to get back in this game. If you're just now joining us, we're about a little over halfway through halftime. Dade County is trailing 10-7 to Lafayette. Lafayette getting a late score right before halftime to take the lead. Grant, what does Dade County need to do to continue the success they had offensively?
Well, I think a lot of it stems from keeping a pretty balanced attack. Wynn Garmey's throwing the ball pretty well for the most part. Only a couple of bad throws on his end. One of them just a little far in front of his brother H, and then one of them early in the game with the one that went about straight into the ground. It seemed like
first throw of the
game. You're a little rusty. You got to get the arm loose a little bit, and then the Wolverines went to the screens. Get the arm loose a little bit, get him comfortable. And I think the well-balanced attack from the Wolverines has worked really well. I would love to see them honestly throw in the wishbone a little bit here in the second half. I did talk to Poston and said, because he sent me and the Lafayette radio guy an email talking about running the wishbone, and I would love to see it too. You don't have to run it like the whole second half, but run it a little bit. Throw it in every now and then. Maybe throw it in every other drive or so. But I like the attack from the Wolverines. They're throwing it well. They're not running it too bad either. Cannon Womack had some good carries there in the first half. They're throwing it well, like I said. H. Garmey's got a couple catches. Cash Christensen's been targeted a couple times. He was held on about 2 of them, but that's not so he wasn't able to make the catch and haul him in. So I think if you can stay with that balanced attack, your O-line's played pretty well minus the 2 snaps that have kind of really stalled the drives. The first drive of the game ended with a bad snap.
Yeah.
And put the Wolverines back, and they had to end up punting. And then we had one that was a little low on this end on the Wolverines scoring drive as well, but they still ended up scoring on that drive with a jet sweep to Cash Christensen.
Yeah.
So I like the offensive game plan so far. Still mix in a little, throw something at LaFayette that they haven't seen yet, like that wishbone that Poston was talking about. We've seen the Wolverines run it. They can do it. Just a little more, you don't want to stay one-dimensional. Last week against Trine, they threw a lot of screens. They were working for a little bit, but eventually you got to move on from something to move the ball more. The run game's been pretty well. It's honestly been the best run game we've seen so far from the Wolverines through the first 2 games of the season. Cannon
Most
Womack,
consistent, for sure.
Most consistent, absolutely. And so I think if the Wolverines can kind of stick with that, stay to their guns right now. They did kind of concede that first half, staying down 3, but I think knowing Poston, he's a bit of a gambling man. We could see an onside kick maybe coming out of the half. It is possible.
LaFayette's already done it too, so.
Yeah, theirs went out of bounds, though. Now, we did see the pooch kick from the Wolverines after their score, and Lafayette looked like they were lost for a sec and didn't touch the ball until
very good
it
pooch
hit
kick,
the
too.
ground. So maybe you see that, and the Wolverines really just kind of gun and try to get on it. But it's we're still waiting on updates with Jax McMahon as well, who's a D tackle who's out of the game.
Yeah, the only thing that I would want to see, Dade County's done a lot with the corner routes when they've run trips and 2 wide receivers stacked on each side. They've run a corner route and run 2 corner route and a out route. And I would love to see them, instead of running both to the outside, cut one as a post. Those defense, both times the safety has rolled to the top side of the field, leaving the middle of the field wide open. I would love to see Dade County get wind rolling out and have that post coming back to the middle of the field. In my opinion, that is going to be wide open with the way that Lafayette has been playing against those corner routes.
And also, there have been many instances where Lafayette has left one high safety. One high safety cannot defend 4 different routes. He's got to choose one or the other. Unless he's playing a cover 3 and he's having to defend the middle of the field, he's still going to have to help a route. Because all the corners got to do, they're dropping back. That safety has to take the middle. You know what that leaves open? The flats, the seams, and you have a potential one-on-one matchup with a corner outside.
And you got some tall wide receivers.
You've got some tall wide receivers, so you can give them a chance. Drew Duble's pushing 6'2", 6'3". H. Garmany the same, and Cash Christensen the same.
Yeah.
Why not take a shot and try to give them that 50-50 chance? So I agree with you. I would like to see a couple shots taken at these Lafayette secondary, especially if they're leaving one high. We'll take another 2-minute break, and we'll come back, and we'll just kind of talk about anything else. We'll see if we have any update about Jax McMahon anytime soon, as he did go down early in the game. But for now, we'll take a 2-minute break. We'll step aside. It's Wolverine football here on KON.
And we're back as the Wolverines and the LaFayette Ramblers come out for their stretch period as we have a minute left to go before halftime is over with.
Well, the Wolverines, I was just going to point out that both these teams look like they have said, forget about the stretch period because they're ready to go on the sidelines as we get this last sponsorship in. The game tonight is made possible by more local sponsors thanks to GNTC, the Area Agency on Aging, the Bank of Dade, Gross Furniture, Southern Wholesale, Carpet Clouds Pizza, and High Falls Storage. Thanks for making Dade County football possible on K-Win.
Yeah, it looks like they are not going to have that extra stretch period that we've come accustomed to seeing.
Unless you have to mandate that 3-minute period. But if both teams are ready to go, I say play some football, son.
Yeah, absolutely. Dade County getting ready to kick off the second half. Dade County going to be kicking off as they elected to receive in the first half. If you're just tuning in, Dade County is trailing 10-7 to the Lafayette Ramblers after a late touchdown by the Ramblers put them in the lead. Dade County going to have an opportunity to potentially go for an onside kick, something that we've come accustomed to seeing Poston do over the last couple seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've had a fairly high conversion. They've had a pretty good recovery rate on them, too. That's
the only ones that they didn't recover were the ones that either went out of bounds or were a penalty.
Offside penalty on the kickoffs.
Yeah. So, good opportunity for the Wolverines right here, trying to do something to get this ball back for their offense. Like I said, the defense did really well against the run game. They've just got to tighten up against those passes and put some pressure on the quarterback. He cannot have all day to sit back there and throw. You give any quarterback that much time back there, and he will pick you apart.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially in a zone. Zone defense, it's a little easier to pick apart. You can find the windows. They're a little tight to throw in, but you can still find those windows and hit your receivers.
Yeah, as long as your receivers are paying attention in those opportunities, they'll look back at your quarterback and find that hole and find that gap in the defense and just sit down and wait for the ball. As Carter Bradley comes out to kick for the Wolverines as we get ready to kick off the second half of football here at Magic Morgan Stadium, the lights are on, and going to be a pooch kick right to the middle of the field. Up man going to miss it, and the ball's going to hit the ground. The Rambler's going to pick it up and try to get to the outside. He's got some room. The Wolverines finally get him down. Looks like close to the 30-yard line. Could not tell who picked that ball up, but the up man just missed it. Went right over the top of his head.
I saw the number. But
Number 40 is the one that missed it.
I want to say it looked like
That's
number
their
2,
fullback.
Bryson Cleghorn, that picked it up, but I could
do
be
not
wrong.
know. Number 40 is the fullback, is the one that picked the ball up, or missed the ball. That's Ethan Lynch. He missed the ball. The ball went right over the top of his head and almost caused a muff on the return. As whoever it was that picked it up just barely got his hand on it to keep it from going by him. As the Ramblers set up with a 1st down and 10 at the 30-yard line, Dade County going to try to get a stop right here, get the ball back to their offense. Going to be a handoff to Lynch right up the middle, but the Wolverines defensive front doing a good job tonight, not getting pushed around. Something they've struggled with this season, but a good job right there to stand tough and push back.
Really good penetration from the Wolverine defense there.
I do see Jax McMahon up walking around on the sideline. That is a good sign to see. He has not come back into the game, but he is walking under his own power. I do not see a boot or anything on him to suggest that something is broken and or torn.
That is definitely good news. He may go back in, but just to play it safe, may not see him again.
Rambler's going to look to throw. He looks downfield. He's going to throw it to Javen Williams, and he's going to be hit by H. Carmody, but he's going to break the tackle. And then going to be tackled by a host of Wolverines close to the 40-yard line. H. Carmody had a chance to get him early and just missed.
Got to wrap him. He didn't wrap.
Yeah, did not wrap up. That is something that we are taught from day one on defense is form tackling. You hit and drive and wrap up the offensive guy and run through him. You do not just try to hit him with everything you got and bounce off of him like that.
Sometimes that works, but you got to wrap up.
Yeah, you got to go to fundamentals to get somebody down like Javian Williams. He is a big dude and not going to be somebody super easy to knock down. As
You'd be surprised.
Ramblers with a 3rd down and 3 trying to get the first down.
You'd be surprised at how many or how much fundamentals wins football games.
Hand it off to the up back.
Somebody's helmet come off.
Yes, it did. And he is going to get the first down. That is number 27, Walden, with the carry for the Ramblers. Gets the first down all the way out to the 44-yard line. The Wolverines just unable to contain him right there enough to get that stop.
First play for the Wolverines was very solid. I mean, you got him for a yard gain at most. You got to find a way to make sure this LaFayette offense does not have any room on the ground.
Yeah, they're playing real tight inside. Surprised to see the Wolverines not go pressure. And there it comes. H. Garmany with a hand in the face. Porter goes up to catch it incomplete. Good job by the defense right there. H. Garmany in the face of the quarterback. And then great coverage by Nate Hurst, and I do believe that was Windsor out there on the at his cornerback position. Porter went up to try to catch it, but they pushed him as he went up, and the ball come incomplete out of bounds. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Ramblers.
You got to understand that Dax Edwards is looking for Porter Sintel, so you don't have to worry about anybody else for now, but you got to be aware.
Take the handoff, looking for the pitch. It's a late pitch, but a good job. Cash Christensen going to wrap him up with H. Carmody right there as well. Looks like maybe a yard gain on the play. That's it. Good job by the Wolverine defense. Almost had a chance to get Dax in the backfield, but Dax just barely got that ball out to his running back, number 3.
And to pitch that as accurately as he did.
Actually, wide receiver, Huggins.
To pitch that as accurately as he did is really impressive. I don't know if you know how hard it is to actually pitch a football under pressure, because one slight false step, that ball is either going behind your running back or on the ground, or you're just going to get clobbered by a defender. So a way to get that ball out.
Wolverine faithful trying to get loud down here, trying to get these Ramblers offset as they get ready for this 3rd down and long situation. Wolverine's got to be disciplined right here. Can't let these wide receivers get behind them. Gonna throw it downfield. A high arcing ball. Dade County with position. Almost gets the interception. Number 9 for the Dade County Wolverines. Nick Moreland with great defense right there. Completely tracking that ball the entire way. Ended up the wide receiver for the Ramblers having to turn defender to knock that ball away from Nick, who would have easily had the interception had he not.
That was a very long, high floating ball.
Yeah, that is something that as a coach for the Ramblers, you were probably closing your eyes, just praying that ball hit the ground, because that was not what you want to see your quarterback doing. As the Ramblers set up to punt this ball away to the Wolverines.
They faked it earlier.
They did.
Gotta watch out.
Gotta be heads up. Oh, almost blocked by the Wolverines, but gonna take a Rambler bounce and all the way down inside the 15, all the way down to the 12-yard line. Bad decision right there by H to not go after that ball, and we're going to send you guys to a 30-second break as the Wolverines take over. 1st down and 10.
It's Wolverine football here on KWIN.
And we're back as the Dade County Wolverines take over. 1st down and 10 with 8:27 left to go in the 3rd quarter, trailing 10-7. Handoff to H. Garmany. Wolverines go 2 backs in the backfield, 1 to each side of Wynn,
That's
and a short gain by H
that
on the play.
That is a set that we are very familiar with. Ran it a lot last year and the year before that, especially when you had Landon Williams in the backfield for the Wolverines. Very familiar set. The 2-back set, one on either side of the quarterback, and the H-back there on right behind the offensive line with about 2 receivers out wide. So
yeah, not quite sure why the Wolverines are changing up their offensive style. The offense was working really well in the first half. Wolverine send 2 men in motion, going to fake it, throw a quick pass out to Nate Hurst.
That's a false start. You cannot send 2 guys in motion at the same time. Referee.
Yeah, Nate Hurst again, something he struggled with last week, making some missteps on the offense. Going to cost the Wolverines 5 yards. Going to bring up 2nd down and 13, I believe.
Yeah, the Wolverines it's not a good position. Look, I don't care if you run the ball, but you better find your best run play to give you a little bit better breathing room. Because the snaps today, while the majority have been good, there's been a couple that have been bad, and all it takes is a couple. You know, you got to be careful. You got to have a good snap here. You don't want anything going over your head for a safety.
Absolutely not. As Wynn sends a man in motion. Going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw it. He's got Cash Christensen deep. He goes up. He catches it. Great job by Cash Christensen. Defender all over him. Cash finds the ball, turns around and catches that ball in his breadbasket at the 50-yard line. Great job by the receiver and great throw by Wynn Garmity to put that ball up, that 50-50 ball, giving his tall receiver the chance to go up and get it.
And what an adjustment from Cash Christensen to be able to get that.
That is what I've been waiting for all season from Wynn Garmity, is to be able to let him uncork that ball, and he showed exactly what I've been talking about all season long. That was exactly what I wanted to see.
It's about a 40-yard throw. It's very impressive.
Absolutely. Wynn going to throw it quick this time to Nate Hurst out to the left side. He's got some blockers in front of him, and again makes a bad decision. Had blockers to the outside and cuts it outside instead of inside and loses extra yardage.
It kind of looked like he wanted to go in between his blockers because they turned their men out, but it looked like the hole closed up quick and he tried to bounce it out, at least from what I could see down there. But
he's got to take that one cut and go. He cannot hesitate like that. Every time he does, he ends up bouncing it out and getting caught by the defender. Nate Hurst has got to get his head upfield on those quick passes. That is exactly what that's for. Because you got to let your block set up. And another quick pass to Nate. This time makes a great move inside and then cuts back. And there's going to be a holding or a block in the back penalty on, looks like H. Garmany. As a quick flag came in right at the 49-yard line. No, it's going to be a face mask on the Ramblers. Good job right there. The referee, H, pleading his case, and it looks like he was right. It was a face mask. That's going to bring the Wolverines deep into Rambler territory, all the way down to the 29-yard line with 6:16 left to go in the third.
And this is the kind of drive you want coming out of the half, especially after you gave the other team the ball back.
Wolverines going back to that set they were in the first half. Cannon Womack, the lone back with Wynn Garmity. Wynn rolling to his left, in trouble, going to throw it away. And incomplete. Wide receiver right there. And
where is the...
Again, just questionable right there. Was the whistle not blown? That ball hit the ground, and the Rambler just continuing to fight, even though the play was dead.
The ball bounced up into the Wolverine player's hand.
But good job by Wynn.
It was dead.
Good job by Wynn to get rid of that ball right there, close enough to his receiver to not get a penalty. Going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Wolverines. The Wolverines live to play another down. Just a broken play right there as the Ramblers got into the backfield super fast. Wolverines with 2nd down and 10 from the 29-yard line. Wynn going to drop back to throw. He's looking downfield. Got pressure in his face. Going to roll. He breaks and then throws the ball. And that's going to be intentional grounding as, again, Wynn Garmity just completely under pressure as the Ramblers send a blitz and the Wolverines do not pick it up.
Did they throw a flag?
Yeah, they did.
I didn't see it. There it is.
They're going to hit Wynn with intentional grounding. He's going to lose that down, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10, or 3rd down and 20 now for the Wolverines after that. Or no, they're actually going to assess a penalty from there. That's typically a spot foul penalty, not a actual penalty on top of it. But that's going to bring the ball all the way back to the 45-yard line. It's going to be literally 3rd down and Lookout Mountain for the Wolverines.
And because it was an incomplete pass, you lose the down as well. So, I mean, it's a tough situation for the Wolverines here.
Yeah, Wolverine's got to do something about that edge rush right now. It's getting home quickly to win. He's got to get that ball out of his hands a little bit faster. Here comes the blitz from the Ramblers. And it is, and a screen this time, but just unfortunate. Is it incomplete? Womack unable to keep his feet under him. The ball a little bit to the inside. Either way, it was dropped. That's going to bring up 4th down and 25 for the Wolverines.
And you're going to punt this. And the good thing about it is that you're in Lafayette territory. You're at their 45. So maybe the ball will take a little bit of a bounce and stop.
Yeah, just bad execution right there. The Wolverine offense doing a great job on that drive, and then just fell apart after that. That penalty, or actually before the penalty, just the defense just getting home way too quickly against Wynn. Snap, and he's going to punt it. Almost blocked again. Something that happened last week. Oh, and it takes a great bounce, unfortunately, for the Ramblers and goes into the end zone. That's going to be a touchback as the Wolverines give the ball back over to the Ramblers. We're going to send you guys to a 30-second break.
It's Wolverine football here on K-Win.
And we're back as the Wolverines just turned the ball over after the punt to the Ramblers. Their score is 10-7 Lafayette with 5:43 left to go in the third. Lafayette takes over 1st down and 10. Going to hand it off to the running back, and he's going to be met quickly by the Wolverine defense. Cleghorn just not getting any room as the Wolverine defense just absolutely shutting him down tonight.
Well, H. Garmley on the tackle, way to read it and fly in and wrap him up.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what you have to do. You have to keep these Rambler running backs contained, especially Cleghorn and Williams. They are the 2 speed guys for this team. Have not seen much of number 27, Walden, for the Ramblers. Looking to go more speed than strength, as he is more the downhill runner of the backs for the Ramblers. Going to hand it off to Cleghorn again, and again, the Wolverines, H. Carmody again coming from that safety position to just lay some lumber on Cleghorn. Going to lose, I think, 2 yards on the play back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to set up 3rd down and 10.
That's 2 back-to-back tackles from H. Garmody that have been very impressive, flying in and stopping Cleghorn for almost
I do believe
nothing.
H is actually playing the star position tonight, not cornerback or safety, like I just said.
A rover?
Yeah, he's playing the star position. He is literally coming in just a little bit deeper than the linebackers, almost a hybrid cornerback linebacker right now.
A nickelback. That's what they call that.
Star is actually what they call it. Here comes the pass from the Ramblers. Got some pressure on him. Quick throw, but out of bounds, I do believe, if they give him the catch.
He's a yard short.
They gave him the catch, but he's going to be about 2 yards short of the line to gain. It's going to bring up 4th down and a potential go for it for the Ramblers.
I mean, it is short.
Oh, there's a holding flag.
I didn't even see it. I didn't even see the flag get thrown.
Good break right there for the Wolverines as they gave up a big play, but it is going to be negated from the holding, and it's almost back to the 15-yard line.
And I like that you accept the penalty. Yeah, you make them lose the down if you decline.
Puts this ball all the way back to the 11-yard line. Now it is 3rd down and Sand Mountain for the Ramblers. Dade County with an opportunity right here to get this ball back with 4 minutes left to go in the third, just trailing 10-3 to the Ramblers. Ramblers get to the line quickly, trying to catch the Wolverines off guard. Got to play the deep ball right here for the Wolverines. Can't give up that deep pass.
Especially on that post route. That's what it's been.
Rambler's going to drop back to throw, and that is exactly what they're looking for. Downfield. Good job by H. Garmony right there to get all over that receiver for a very short gain on the play. Going to bring up 4th down and 15 for the Ramblers. Great job by H playing that ball very well, but a good catch by the wide receiver, actually.
I really thought H. Garmony for a second. He jumped early. Thought he was about to reach over like a Julio Jones, Malcolm Butler kind of deal and just rip that ball away. He's
If that ball is literally an inch or two higher, H. Garmany comes away with the pick. But luckily for the Ramblers, it was not, because that is the only thing that stopped that from being an interception. As the Ramblers run somebody on late onto the field, as we have 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter, Dade County trailing 10-7. Ramblers send a man in motion, high snap, but a good punt by Williams.
A very good punt.
H. Garmany again just going to let it bounce and take a great Ramblers bounce as it gets across the 50 out to about the 47, 48-yard line, where Dade County is going to take over first down and 10. We're going to send you guys to a 30-second break.
Wolverine football here on KWIN.
And we're back as Dade County takes over first down and 10 at the 47-yard line. Cannon Womack, H. Garmany going to get the handoff. He's going to break a tackle and dive his way down to about the 40, looks like the 47, inside Rambler territory. Going to gain about 6 yards on the play. Going to bring up second down and 4 for the Wolverines as we have 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the third. Dade County trails 10-7 to LaFayette here at Magic Morgan Stadium.
Not a bad first play for the new drive.
Yeah, H's going to get it again. This time cuts inside. Going to get all the way down to the 40, looks like the 45-yard line.
I think he's going to be just short.
Yeah, he's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down.
Oh, that's a long 2 yards. That was a long 2 yards.
Wolverines just going 2 read options right up the middle on the last 2 plays. As we tick down inside 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter, H. Garmany, the back in the backfield with Wynn, going to shift
a whole trade that is definitely legal.
Everybody to the left side, and that's exactly where they're going with Wynn. He breaks the first tackle, gets upfield. He's still going. Wynn breaking some tackles and finally gets brought down as he crosses the 35-yard line out to the 34, maybe 33, and that's going to be a first down, Dade County.
Great run there from Wynn Garmany, outrunning the defender coming on the backside, able to avoid the tackle and push his way for the first down and more. And now you're set up pretty well in Rambler territory.
Yeah, Dade County loaded that left side of the field and just used all those numbers and ran the ball with their quarterback, who is athletic, and took that ball for an easy first down. This time going to be a handoff to Wynn, or H, up the middle, and he's going to gain maybe a yard on the play. This time the Ramblers do a really good job containing Wynn, H right there. Wolverines getting a little too predictable with that read option. Got to start putting this ball up as we tick down 1 minute left to go in the third quarter. Dade County still trails by 3. Gonna send everybody in motion from left to right. If I'm the Wolverines, I'm running left this time. Nope, they're going to go right. Win with not a lot of room. Maybe another yard gain on the play. Going to set up a third down and 8 for the Wolverines. Not a good decision right there.
I don't like that one.
Just literally the exact same thing you did the previous set of downs, and this time the Ramblers cut it off at the knees.
Well, why not throw it right there?
Now you've set yourself up with a third down and long situation, and staying in that tight formation the Wolverines are. As we have 30 seconds left to go in the third, Wynn drops back to throw, going to throw it quickly, but away from his receiver as he got a lot of pressure in his face. And that ball is incomplete with 22 seconds left. Fourth down and 8 for the Wolverines. Just a bad set of plays right there for the Wolverines, just setting them up in bad position.
And now you can't even punt it.
You can. You can try to pin them deep and force a turnover, but your offense has done really well throwing the ball tonight. Why have you all of a sudden decided to just run? As Wynn Garmany trying to get the play call from his coaches. Play clock got to be winding down right now. 22 seconds left to go in the third. Wynn takes the snap, going to throw it. He's got a lot of pressure in his face, rolling to his right, going to throw it, and incomplete. And that's going to turn the ball over with 15 seconds left to go in the third.
I don't know what that was. I'll break that down. If I can tell what they were trying to do. Somebody did not run their route. I can tell exactly what they were trying to do. Fake screen. They usually call it a fox, and you send out some route deep to poorly executed right there.
Yeah, just poorly executed set of plays right there. Right after the big first down by the Wolverines, just got into Rambler territory and just fluttered out offensively. As we have 15 seconds left to go before the third quarter ends, Ramblers take over first down and 10 at the 31-yard line. Going to hand the ball off to the right side, trying to get to the outside. Evan Avens coming in, flying in, and almost makes the tackle, but finally brought down by the rest of the Wolverine defense. Good job by Evan Avens to get a hand on the running back and slow him down. Going to bring up second down and 8 for the Ramblers as the clock expires in the third quarter. We're going to send you guys to a 60-second break.
Well, that's Wolverine football here on KWN.
And we're back as Dade County's defense comes back out for this second and 8 opportunity, trying to get this ball back to their offense. Still trailing 10-7 to the Ramblers as we get ready to kick off the fourth quarter. Wolverines trying to play it safe, keeping the cornerbacks away from the receivers. Going to send a quick screen out to Porter, and he's going to cut back to that tunnel. And the Wolverines actually wrap it up pretty well, only about a 2-yard gain on the play. Good job by the Wolverines staying at home for the tunnel screen.
Very well read right there from the Wolverines.
Yeah, good linebacker play. Yep. Good linebacker play right there by the Wolverines as they crashed in on that tunnel and stopped Porter quickly, who has, as we've seen tonight, has been a very big threat for this Rambler offense. Not rambling. As Dade County with an opportunity right here to turn this ball back to their offense with a 3rd down and 4 for the Ramblers.
Gotta watch the ball here.
Gotta be smart. Gonna be a quick pass. Rolling to his right, gonna throw it deep downfield. Bad throw, and good job by Nate Hurst getting a hand in there to knock it away. Awesome job as he completely took that ball out of Porter's hands.
For a second, I thought he stood no chance, but the ball being a little underthrown like it was, it gave him more time to get over there and bat the ball down. Great play from Nate Hurst. Gave up that big play earlier. He's locked it down. He's locked it down pretty well since.
Definitely doing much better than he was in the first half.
Can't really put the touchdown on him. There are 3 Wolverines in the vicinity. So.
Absolutely. But either way, the Wolverines got to play smart right here. The Ramblers have faked the punt once already. Got to stay home. Got to be disciplined right here. Do not let Williams run this ball. Low snap, but a good kick. Again, Williams just booting this ball deep. And H just not willing to go catch the ball. I don't know if he just can't see it, but it takes a Rambler bounce and bounces the Wolverines all the way back inside the 20-yard line, and that's where the Wolverines are going to take over first down and 10. We're going to send you guys to a 30-second break.
Wolverine football here on KWIN.
And we're back as the Wolverines get the first down as H. Garmy takes the handoff, and he's going to gain a yard and be brought down with 10:50 left to go in the fourth. Wolverines trail 10-7 to the Ramblers. Wolverines deciding to go away from the passing game, have gone strictly run on these first two downs the last two series.
And here's the good thing about it is that the Wolverines have time to work with here. Obviously, you want to call plays that are going to move the ball, though. You don't call a play that's going to move the ball. You don't.
Wolverines were in the I formation on that last play, by the way.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Or they may have been in wishbone, actually.
They're in wishbone.
They were in the wishbone. Gonna hand the ball off again. No, Wynn's gonna take it, and he is gonna be met immediately. The fake handoff did not work as the Ramblers stay home, and Wynn Garmany loses 10 yards on the play almost. Now the Wolverines in desperate territory, 3rd down and 15.
You got to throw it. You're setting yourself up for failure and putting yourself in situations like this.
I do not understand.
You're like me right now. I'm
baffled about why the Wolverines have gone away from those quick corner routes and the swing routes and just literally gone one-dimensional with their offense until they have to throw it. Poston going to have to take a timeout as the Wolverines not able to get the personnel they wanted onto the field as we have 9:22 left to go in the game. Dade County trails 10-7. And right now, the offense has just disappeared for the Wolverines. I don't know what's going on.
I think it stems from maybe narrowing it down to the last possession. You want to drive the ball down. Look, your defense has played well tonight. Open the playbook.
Yeah,
open the playbook.
Like literally, Cash Christensen caught a 40 to 50-yard pass on the last possession, and then you went straight run the rest of the possession.
Why?
Until you got in a 3rd down and long situation, and now you've put your quarterback in a 3rd down and long inside his own 20, actually inside his own 10. I'm baffled, to say the least, as the Wolverines set up with this 3rd down and 15 as they're at the 11-yard line trying to head toward Sand Mountain. Wynn going to take the snap, dropping back to throw. He's got pressure early, but he gets out of it, rolls to his left, looking downfield and just going to run it himself and step out of bounds as he crosses the 20 out to about the 22-yard line. Wynn just getting what he could as the defense just, good coverage downfield. Wynn just making something out of nothing. Sets up a 4th down and 5 for the Wolverines with 9 minutes left to go in the game as they trail 10-7.
Yeah, honestly, a really good gain from Wynn right there. Able to get what he could. It's 4th and medium, but you're in your own territory, and you don't want anything to go wrong right here. You're better off just punting the ball.
Yeah, Wolverines try to get the jump.
Offsides, okay.
Don't get it. Wynn's going to take a couple steps back. He is going to punt this ball away, I do believe. And it blocked again, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Ramblers. Absolutely terrible decision. As again, I don't understand. The Wolverines have a really good punter in Carter Bradley, and they have completely dismissed him and are using Wynn Garmany to kick the ball. He is only 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. I'm assuming there's a snapper issue, which is what's causing them to have to use this quick kick. But that's going to put the Dade County Wolverines down 16-7 after the punt is blocked and returned for a touchdown by the Ramblers. The kick is up, and there's a flag. No. The kick is good. I heard a whistle, thought there was a flag.
I also heard the whistle.
But that's going to bring our score 17-7 as the Wolverines punt gets blocked and returned by the Ramblers. We're going to send you guys to a 30-second break.
Wolverine football on K-Win.
And we're back as the Dade County Wolverines go down 17-7 with 9 minutes left to go in the game. The Ramblers getting a punt block return for a touchdown. Just all kinds of struggles for this Wolverine team this season, and I'm assuming there's a snapper issue, which is what's caused Wynn to take over the punting responsibilities. Typically, you see Carter Bradley out there deep to punt this ball away for the Wolverines. The last 2 games, we've seen Wynn from his quarterback position maybe take a yard step back and punt it a pooch kick.
Return it.
And Dougal going to catch it for the Wolverines, going to break a couple tackles, and finally going to be brought down as he crosses the 40 out to about the 41, maybe 42-yard line, where the Wolverines are going to take over 1st down and 10 with 9 left to go in the game, trailing 17-7.
Yeah, you have to score right here. Look, your defense has played well. Okay? Your defense has played well. You have to find a way to score right here on this drive, though. You cannot put yourself in another situation where the only good thing that came out of that block punt is you got the ball back. Now you have to reflect and be like, hey, what was working? Go back to what was working. What was working was what was in the first half. What we saw in the first half and on a couple of drives. Did I just see a flag get called? I just saw the referee signal something.
I'm not sure. The coaches and the referees were jawing about something, that's for sure. One coach really upset with something that the referee did.
Penalty.
There is a flag.
It was on LaFayette to move the ball up. That referee gave the wrong signal. He gave the false start signal, but I'm thinking that's supposed to be offsides or encroachment.
Maybe. Either that or maybe one of the Ramblers moved the ball. I don't know. Either way, that's going to give Dade County a first down and 10 from the 47-yard line? 46-yard line. As we have 9 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter, Dade County trails 17-7. Wynn in shotgun. 2 running backs back there with him. He's going to drop back to throw. Throws across the middle of the field to Cash Christensen, who catches it for a first down. No, they're going to call him just short, it looks like.
That was a first down.
It definitely was. That was a terrible spot.
They're moving sticks.
Okay, they are moving the stick. But that was a terrible spot. He was a yard ahead of where they were calling him.
That was a nice little play there.
Good play call right there by the Wolverines, actually throwing the ball downfield a little bit. Cash Christensen wide open, gets the catch and the first down for the Wolverines.
And
first down and 10 from the 44-yard line.
And Wynn was under pressure there too, so able to put it on the money right in Carter's.
A little bit of a high snap too. This time Nate Hurst's going to get the handoff. He's going to run upfield. Yard gain on the play. At this point, I know you don't want to abandon the run, but right now those read options are not working. The last 3 drives, the Wolverines, those read options minus 1 series have only gained maybe a yard, and you just literally gained a 10-yard play on 1 pass. If it's working, it's working. Go for it.
But it's not. That's the thing. It's not.
I know you want to stay complimentary, but right now you're getting too much pressure on your quarterback. You've got to get this ball downfield. Wynn going to look to throw, going to throw a screen out to his brother H. H going to duck his head and run over a couple people before he's finally pulled out of bounds after about a 4-yard gain on the play. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4, I believe, for the Wolverines.
Not a bad throw from Wynn. A little wobbly there, but able to get it over the defenders who were coming at him.
Pressure in his face. Pressure in his face. Got it over the defenders. Going to actually set up a 3rd down and 3 for the Wolverines. As we have 7.5 left to go in the game. Wolverines trying to march this ball down the field. Just taking a little too much time right now. Gotta get that fast pacedness right now. You're in 2-minute drill. You got to get moving. Wynn sends the man in motion, going to take the snap, hand it off to H, and he's going to be hit immediately in the backfield. Again, the Wolverines just going away from what has been working and trying to use the draw, and the draw is getting eaten alive. That's going to lose them 3 yards on the play. Going to bring up 4th down and 6 or 5. Just shooting himself in the foot time and time again. Now the Wolverines in a do-or-die situation right here on 4th down and 5. Wynn Garmany in shotgun. Rambler's going to set back. Going to throw it out, and overthrows his receiver. A little too much right there as Win Garmany trying to lead Nate Hurst upfield, and just a little too much on it.
Too
Going
much
to turn
zip.
the ball over.
Too much zip on that ball.
And as they switch to the Lafayette's ball, we're going to send you to a 30-second break.
Wolverine football on K-Win.
And we're back as the Ramblers hand the ball off to their fullback, and he gains about 7 yards on the play. Going to set up a 2nd down and 3 for the Ramblers. The Wolverines get gashed right there by a fullback. First time tonight that they've actually given up a good run to the inside. As the Ramblers just going to look to try to milk as much of this clock as they possibly can, as they have the lead 17-7 over the Wolverines with 5:54 left to go in the game. Defense got to bow up right here for the Wolverines. Got to get a stop. Can't let the Ramblers continue to move this ball. Another handoff to the fullback. This time hit pretty quickly, but it looks like they're going to give him the first down.
I'm still baffled by the last offensive drive. I really am. I can't express enough. Cannot express enough.
How disappointed you are?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. The Wolverines have had success on the offense throwing the ball down the field, and yet continue to go back to the run each and every series, and it's hurt them. It's hurt them drastically. And now the Wolverines, with 5 minutes left to go in the game, trailing by 10 to the Ramblers. Rambler's just going to continue to hand this ball off as Jaden Williams gets cut down by Evan Avens, just coming flying in from that linebacker position and sweeping them legs out from underneath Jaden Williams for a no gain on the play.
You gotta get a stop quick. You're down 10, under 5 to go here in the fourth quarter. 17-7 the score if you're just now tuning in. You got to find a way to get your offense back on the field.
The Ramblers just going to milk this clock for everything they've got. They're going to try their best to seal this game. If they get one more first down, it could potentially be over for the Wolverines. They have got to do something right here, right now. Make a stop, get a turnover, something. The Ramblers just trying to milk it. There's 4 minutes left to go in the game. Going to fake and do the counter, but Evan Avens again just taking down the running back for a short gain on the play. Going to gain about 2, maybe 3. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Ramblers. Evan Avens, man, just playing with like his hair's on fire out there, just flying all over the field.
He's trying to rally his team and force an outcome, get his offense the ball back, but.
3:46 left to go in the game, trailing by 10 to the Ramblers. Dade County got to have something right here. You've got to find that second gear on defense and make a play happen right here. Sends a man in motion. Going to fake it to him. Rolling out.
Wide open.
Oh, here comes the defense coming after him. He's got him. And that's going to be intentional grounding. It better be. It is. Good job. Who was that?
Evan Avens be up back there. No, he didn't.
No, that was number 14, I believe. Or either it was number 14 or it was Windsor. That is either Colt Owens or Andrew Windsor on the sack for the Wolverines, causing the intentional grounding because the quarterback for the Ramblers decided to throw it anyways. That's going to be a loss of down and a penalty. Going to bring this ball all the way back
and
to the 36-yard line.
And stops the clock.
And it stops the clock. That is right. And that's going to be 4th down and Lookout Mountain for the Ramblers. They're going to have to punt this ball away to the Wolverines. That is the best thing that could have happened for the Dade County right there. That was a
absolutely
great,
is.
and I do believe that was Colt Owens on the sack. Great job penetrating from that linebacker position to make that quarterback make a bad decision.
Wolverines putting Nate Hurst back there with H. Garmany.
Timeout by the Ramblers. Do not like the setup that they see, and as they take a timeout, we're going to send you guys to a 30-second break.
Wolverine football here on K-Win. And welcome back here. Late in the fourth quarter, 17-7 the score. Wolverines trail here at the home opener at Magic Morgan Stadium. Grant Moore and Wally Gresham with you. 3:15 to go exactly here in the fourth quarter, but
Wolverines did have 2 men back deep for this punt, but deciding to change that up, thinking the Ramblers may go for it.
that'd be pretty stupid.
Oh, a bad kick by Williams. First one tonight, going to go way out of bounds. Going to give the Wolverines great field position.
Almost hit the cheerleaders.
I believe that's going to put them in Rambler territory. Oh, no, they're going to say right at the 50-yard line. Either way, great job by the Wolverines actually coming after Williams this time. Going to give them a first down and 10 from the 50-yard line with 3 minutes left to go in the game, trailing by 10.
Now, this is where you spread the ball. You spread your receivers, spread your offense, get the ball down the field if you can. No, like you should, not if you can, like you should and like you can.
You've proven tonight that you can throw the ball downfield. Cash is one of the top receivers that you've had on those deep field threats. And you've got H. Garmany, who's just as big as Cash. You've got Double, who's probably even bigger than both of them. You've got the tall receivers. Put this ball up in the air. Give your receivers a chance to go out there and get it. Got the experienced H. Garmany back with Wynn to protect him. Got trips to the right. One-on-one with Double down here with a very undersized cornerback.
Safety.
And it's going to be a screen to H, actually. He's going to cut back to the middle of the field. He's got some room. Going to be brought down as he crosses the 40 out to the 39-yard line. First down, Dade County. Chains are going to move. Dade County's got to get moving.
Going trips right again from what I can see. Signal. Did this player just went down and maybe a cramp. He kind of just went down on his own. But that stops the clock.
That's going to stop the clock. I'm not going to say that that's something we've seen in college football several times, but it did not look not that may look suspect at all for this player that's down on the field. But as they tend to him, we're going to send you guys to a 30-second break.
Wolverine football here on KWN.
And we're back as they do help number 19 off the field. I was trying to look and see who he was. That is Riley Arthur for the Ramblers, walking off with help from his coach. Dade County with a first down and 10 at the 39-yard line. Clock will start as soon as they set the ball ready for play.
And it
We're going
has.
to take the snap, dropping back, looking downfield. He is going to chunk it downfield.
No.
Overthrows Nate Hurst, and there it is.
Interference.
Yes, defender all over Nate Hurst, and that is going to give the Dade County Wolverines a first down and 10 after the 15-yard penalty.
I still don't like that throw.
Absolutely not. That was double coverage, man over his head and everything. Now, not a bad throw by Wynn, like position-wise for the ball, but just a terrible decision because of the two defenders. But that's going to give the Wolverines first down and 10 at the, I do believe, the 24-yard line, and that does stop the clock too. With 2:51 left to go in the game, Dade County trailing by 10, driving right now in deep into Rambler territory. Wynn drops back to throw, got trips to the right, looking downfield. He's going to throw it. He's got H. Garmany. And that was incomplete. H lost it. Okay. H lost it downfield. You seen him turn one way and then he had to turn back the other way.
I thought the defender touched him for a second. I was about to say, hey, that's PI.
I don't like that play call. That is a long throw for Wynn to have to throw it to the opposite side of the field. That is a lot of room to make a mistake.
Maybe you throw it to the short side of the field on that kind of play. Maybe much better. It's a lot shorter of a throw.
Yeah, there's way too much space right there. If you're going to throw that, you have a post route, not that corner route. To make that play, as Wynn sends Dougal in motion, drops back to throw, looking downfield, gets a good block.
Oh.
And right over the middle, just over the head of H. Garmany. H. Garmany hands up.
He loves the middle of the field.
Hands up, showing that the defender's all over him, but no call by the refs, as we have a third down and 10 for the Wolverines with 2:40 left to go in the game, trailing 17-7 to the Ramblers.
Got to be smarter.
Yeah, the Ramblers have a safety in the center of the field. Literally, you have one-on-one coverage with a very tall receiver in this bottom corner. That's where this ball needs to go, and it's not. It's going across and tipped away by the linebacker.
Cash was being held
wide
too.
Open, wide receiver.
You know what I would do? I'd send Dougal deep, run the crossover, flank that middle safety, and then you can open up one-on-one matchups.
Fourth down for the Wolverines. Fourth down and 10 as the last two passes were incomplete. Carter Bradley out to kick a field goal.
He does that. He has the leg, but right here, you're talking a snap and you're talking protection.
Something the Wolverines have struggled with is field goal attempts, but the Carter Bradley first attempt of the season, kick is up.
I think
he didn't get it. Oh man, just left. Carter Bradley's first field goal attempt of the season, I do believe.
It was
incomplete or failed as he kicks it just left of the uprights. Had the leg for it, just missed it, and that's gonna turn the ball over to the Ramblers with 2 minutes and 29 seconds left to go in the game. I get why the Wolverines did it, but at the same time...
Yeah, you'd have to score quickly.
No, at the same time, if you were going to go for the field goal, you didn't have to throw the ball downfield as much.
Not at all.
Right there.
You could have
used the short game that was working earlier in the game.
You could have set it up. You could have set it up way better.
Yeah. Either way, the Wolverines having to run somebody off late to the field. Rambler's just going to run this ball to the left side. Quick tackle by the Wolverines. Windsor after a 4-yard gain on the play. He gets this clock running. We're just outside of 2 minutes left to go in the game.
If you're the Wolverines and you can force a loose ball or anything like that, it'd be very beneficial to you. But if after that,
should get a clock stoppage at 2 minutes, right?
No,
not in high school.
No, not in high school. High school's not lame like that. Yeah, there's no 2 minute timeout here in high school.
2 minute warning.
Yeah, you know.
The Ramblers just letting this clock run down as much as they can. 1:45 left to go in the game, leading the Wolverines 17-7. Sends a man in motion, going to hand it to him. Trying to get to the outside is Javen Williams. Javen Williams, and he does get to the outside, but Cash Christensen with the touchdown-saving tackle on Williams to the outside. But he is going to get the first down, and that should pretty much seal it for this game.
Yeah, Poston calling timeout.
I don't get why you call that timeout right there with 1:30 left to go in the game. But I guess just trying to talk to the defense, see where their head's at, I guess.
You got to try to force. You got to try to do something. You can't. You got to try to spare that timeout.
Because you needed it. Because, I mean, you may be able to get the ball back for your offense, but you won't have much time left to go. As Dade County trails 17-7 with 1:30 left to go in the game. Dade County played a good game today, just not able to execute offensively when they really needed it the most. Dade County coming with the blitz, gets in the backfield but misses the running back as he spins his way down just short of the 50-yard line out to about the 48. Dade County going to take a timeout to try to save some clock with 1:18 left to go in the game. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 for the Ramblers. We're going to send you guys to a 30-second break.
Wolverine football here on KWN. Oh, there's your season right there, dude. Ooh.
And we're back as the Wolverines head back out on the field for defense on the 2nd down attempt for the Ramblers. We have 1:18 left to go in the 4th quarter. Dade County trails 17-7. Just trying to play for pride right now. The Wolverines are just trying to do something to get the ball back. Wolverines scrambling to get in position. Ramblers send a man in motion. Going to hand it to the upback. Wide open run for number 27, and just bad tackling by a couple Wolverines that just tried to big hit the hardest runner for the Ramblers. Number 27, his name's escaped me right off the top of my head. Tuscan Walden. One of the first times tonight that the Wolverines have gotten gashed by a run play, and it happens this deep into the 4th quarter. Just because of bad tackling. 2 Wolverines had a chance at him, ducked their head to try to hit him, did not wrap up, just tried to throw their shoulder into him, and you cannot do that with this running back. This running back is the one that you have to wrap up and bring down. But that gives the Ramblers everything they need to kneel this ball down and win this game. And that is exactly what they are going to do as they get into victory formation, as the Dade County Wolverines are going to fall 17-7 to the LaFayette Ramblers in their home opener, with 30 seconds left on the clock. And that is going to be the game tonight, folks. Dade County falls 17-7 to LaFayette. We're going to send you guys to a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll talk post game.
Wolverine football here on KWN.